Hello, all. This is D-Swank, and the question for this episode is, do you remember Star Trek Armada? I do, and it is on GOG if you're interested in playing it. All you have to do is, I believe you have to set it up so it's a windowed application, and it works fine. Now, after the spotlight today, I'm going to continue to play through the single player. I did some tests earlier with the Federation campaign, and it's worked up to the 4th mission, so I'm going to assume it's going to work all the way through. So we're going to do all 4 campaigns. And yeah, I mean, that's the goal of what I'm hoping to do for the rest of this week. I want to play, edit. It'll probably go a couple of weeks, let's be honest. It'll probably be 4 weeks. And if I'm still feeling it, I'll probably do a spotlight and playthrough of the sequel as well. Now, for the quick spotlight, we're going to take a look at the multiplayer. Let's see. Shown. Let's select a map. Let's go to my favorite map, which is Tic-Tac-Toe. Shown. Show all. Shroud off. Fog off. Superside Tech gives you basically all techs. But we're just going to go standard tech, standard units. We're going to max out the resources so we can, push through and show off some stuff. I am going to go with my favorite faction, the Romulans, but pretty much everybody is kind of the same. And I'm actually going to bump these up to hard. Okay, you are still set on Klingon. Okay. Normal game, head-to-head, game open, blah blah blah, Ferengi on, infinite moons. Okay, so instead of slogging through 2 hours of a multiplayer game against the hard AI, I'm just going to give you a rundown of things that are going on in the game. Well, I'm right now building a base. The big things with all the factions, they're all pretty much the same. You have a starbase, big defensive structure, a sensor array, a disruptor, phaser, whatever turret, a torpedo turret, a small shipyard, a big shipyard, the science ship research facility, the secondary ability for all the other ship research facility, and your ultimate either shipyard or facility. I'll get to the ultimates in a bit. Now, your ships are all pretty much, again, similar. You have a scout, which is like the Venture for Federation, Shrike, some unpronounceable Klingon thing, and a detector for the Borg. You have your destroyer, which is well, I may have said that wrong. Talon for the Romulans. It's the Shrike, the Defiant, the Bird of Prey, and the Interceptor are the destroyers. Then you have your cruisers, which are the Vorcha, the Griffin, I think. A
strong empire begins with a firm foundation.
The Kira and the assimilated. No, the orb, the sphere for the Borg. You then have your utility ship, 2 of them for
Station construction in progress.
Romulans and the Federation. Federation, it's the Stream Runner. It may be the Griffin there and something else. I get the names for the Romulans backwards.
What are your orders?
They're artillery ships. For the Klingons, they have the capture ship that launches Marines and have a higher chance of capturing ships. And
Station
you have the assimilator
complete.
for the Borg. Then you have, at
A
your
strong
high-end
empire
shipyard, you have
begins
your
with a
science
firm
ship, which is the
foundation.
Nebula, this weird thing for the Klingons that look like a Vorcha
Station
with a
construction
banana
in
for the
progress.
bridge, the Shadow for the
Confirmed.
Romulans, and the Diamond for the Borg. You have the Cube, the
Station
Sovereign, the Negvar, and the Detrix as the battleships. Then you have, for the specials, I tried to get some footage of each one. You have the Klingons
Station
that have a
complete.
subspace explosion ship that suicides.
Subspace anomaly detected.
You have the Federation that has a temporal facility that its effect is it pauses time. Where you drop this, it's an AoE time pause. And your ships can go in and do things, and their ships cannot. After the temporal,
complete.
we have the Borg, which the Borgs have a transwarp conduit. It's pretty much a wormhole around the map.
Spatial
And
detected.
the Romulans is another suicide ship. It does more of an AoE instead of a
Project complete.
directional wave. Now, there are some major resources that are used in this
Warbird
game.
reporting.
The lithium, which is
it time
gained
yet?
by harvesting moons. You've got crew that are gained through construction
Engage
of star bases,
engines.
and you've got officers that you can build officer pods on the starbase to increase, and the officers are really your limit on what ships you can build.
Spatial rift detected.
Ships, stations, all of that require officers. Now, there's a few interesting things that this
Starship
game
complete.
allows. You can capture enemy construction ships or stations, and therefore be allowed to
reporting.
construct, say,
Orders
I
received.
steal the Federation construction ship. I can, as the Romulans, I can now build the entire Federation structure tree. That means when I build their their shipyards, I can build Federation ships, and so on.
Orders
How you
received.
steal them is all very similar. You transport crew
right away.
onto the ship when the shields are down. And you can steal any of the ships, any of the
Orders
stations, any of that through that mechanic. So,
Orders received.
it took me about 2 hours to thump 3 hard AI
We have
in a
engaged the
defensive, structured map. And I was not doing it seriously. I was just kind of having fun with it. So, that gives you a rough idea of how tough the AI is in this. It's a 20-year-old game. It's not the best. It's got some hiccups. You can't zoom in, zoom out. You've got that little director camera in the bottom corner center area. It doesn't work too well. So there's a lot of things that don't work. There's no cinematic view like in Empire at War. But this is like either 99 or 2000 when this game came out. So it's a solid basic game, but it cannot compete with modern strategy games because of that. So with that, I'm going to wrap this up. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. Until then, bye-bye.